some of the biggest Challenger fans haven't quite seen it yet.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a big test because Guma and Carrier, when it comes to the pure 2v2, are probably when it comes to laning phase, in the best form that we've seen them in a while, and not really matched, I think, by a lot of other bot lanes.
Yeah, definitely true. Let's take a look at the bans here. Talia taken off the board. Just to add a little bit of insult to injury, T1 will be starting on the blue side here, which is the better side. You could even see it in the win rate of Faker himself, which he's got more wins on blue side. It's like a 56%, I think. So also a Trundle ban. Definitely something that Cuz has gone back to time and time again.
So if Pantheon, we have Azir. And then we'll have to see. Varus is still open. That's a big one. Xin Zhao is another specifically for T1. We've seen them not really being allowed to get that, although Wukong has risen in prio. As I say that, there's the Wukong. Yunara, still open. Gwen, still open. And then Xin Zhao, another one. All of these, I think, could be feasible first picks here for T1. You'd be pretty happy with them. With the Wukong also taken away, I am leaning towards just a B1 Xin Zhao if it isn't banned away.
It's got to be Yunara ban. There it is.
There it is. Yep.
You're not giving that to Guma. You're not giving that to anyone at this point, but especially not Guma. Not any of these top tier 80 carries. And it just means that he gets Varus instead, which also doesn't feel great if you're KT, but you had to make a choice.
Well, we're just both with T1 and Gen G. There's always going to be champions where we go, how could they get that? Right? I would love Ryze Zinza, I think, is a really good 1-2 here for KT because it takes away some of the comfort champions of T1. It's Owner's best champion for sure. It's one of the best champions for T1 as a whole because not just Faker's mastery on Ryze, but also Ryze enables them to make so many of these snap mid-game tempo plays where you suddenly go from one end of the map to the other and really push your advantage. So I think that that's a solid opener here for KT. Playing into the Varus of Guma is going to be a big issue. We'll see how they deal with that as we get towards the second rotation, because I'm pretty sure they're just going to lock in a top laner here. As T1, J4 locked, could go for Gwen here, because we have been talking a lot about what the possibility is for a red side rumble, which we don't love.
Yeah, the other choice is pick up Orianna now.
Yep.
If you want to get it with the Jarvan. The Jarvan coming out here pretty early on
there
for
it is. Yeah.
Owner just means that they want a fantastic ball carrier, which Jarvan is. And if they pick Sivir into this, I'm not so sure about that one, Crony.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, that's
like the one pick you can't pick into this.
So, to me, this is a tier list pick. I do think Sivir is one of the 80 carries that into Varus is fine. But I see Orianna and J4 on the enemy team.
Jarvan especially.
No, I know.
Just
yes.
rocks Sivir.
Yeah, because if you have Flash, no you don't, because he can literally just ult on you, and then from that point on the game becomes very hard to play. I like the Jarvan, Ori specifically. The fact that you pick up Jarvan also means that you are not tied to Carrier picking an engage support. Might still end up going towards that, right? But now if you end up with Carrier on something that is a lot more teamfighter roaming focused, Bard is obviously the golden standard. It's fine. You still have an amazing ball carrier. Top lane might also end up being one of those if Doran ends up going towards like an Ambessa. So I think T1 still have a lot of big threats that they can pull out. Until the Sivir, I really enjoyed the KT opening, but that one doesn't really convince me, Valdez.
Yeah, it doesn't really hit the mark. I mean, obviously, if they don't fight a lot, which is very difficult to do in this meta, and they scale up and they get 3 items on Ryze and Sivir, then you're doing very well for yourself. Like, the scaling is great. You've got a good front line in the Xin Zhao. But as you mentioned, I think it's more of just a tier list. You know, it definitely feels a bit tier listy. As the Aurora is going to come out, and they're threatening the Rumble pick here. What will T1 do in response?
Yeah, Rumble on 4, and then save counter pick for Wei makes the most sense. Unless they want to, depending on the ban here, yeah, pick Alistar on 4. Because you don't want to give carry Alistar, I think that's valid, as they do actually ban the Rumble from T1. I feel like they didn't necessarily have to, but maybe also wanting to try and force Perfect in an uncomfortable position. In that case, you probably pick support here, or you just slam sign for Perfect. Warranted given how he's been performing so far.
Yeah, but this is like the free Ambessa angle for Doran as well.
Yeah, it is. But it's, I think, when it comes to matchup, how playable the matchup is, Sign at least gets to have value. If you don't have counterpick and carry a counterpicks your support, I think, again, especially with Varus, you just don't get to play the game. I mean, we knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
We even mentioned the Abyss has an additional ball carrier like halfway through the draft, right?
Oh,
There's
look, it's the Bard you mentioned.
Yeah.
I think T1 have a specific way of playing, and they do it very well, and it's very hard to deny.
Yep.
And we've seen it so many times that it just becomes obvious what they're going to pick.
Yeah, because a lot of these champions can be replaced, right? It's just they always try to tend towards this playstyle where you have a ton of playmaking potential, a lot of laning pressure, which obviously with this draft I think you're looking good. Orianna should have a good time into Rise, especially early. You have a really strong bot lane. And I think Nico does add a decent amount of power, but it feels like her laning phase specifically isn't where it used to be, particularly into something like the Bard Varus, which will be able to really fight back aggressively.
Yeah.
So I think T1 are very happy with what they have. I think the KT comp is fine, but I do foresee some really, really big issues if they fall even remotely behind, because I don't think Dokdam and even BDD, like trying to play Rise into Jarvan, also not that fun.
Yeah, no, it's just not really a fun time. It felt like T1 saw that rotation and they're like, okay, we'll just pick Orianna and Jarvan, and Dokdam was like, that sounds like a great idea. Let me pick Sivir into this. And we'll see, you know, what the laning phase looks like and if the Sivir actually gets value. But based on the draft alone, even with the nameplates off, I do feel like T1 got the draft. But if the nameplates are on, then we're really going in one direction. But we'll see how the gameplay is as well.
Really setting up for everything looks bad for KT. I like it, Valdez.
It's perfect. Actually, no. Perfect is the top laner of KT.
I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to do it!
I had to because I knew you weren't going to do it. We got the telecom war here, guys. T1 versus KT. Let's go.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
Game number 1 of the telecom war. T1 starting out on blue. And they started out with a very strong draft here. That first pick Varus for Guma is just, you know, we talked about everything else, but that is also going to be just very high comfort and one of the best picks on the current patch that doesn't get banned every single game. So
I swear Varus has just been that for like, what, we're coming up on 3 years now?
Yeah.
He's just a pro play staple. Hard to really punish in lane, because his laning phase is so strong, can build in different ways. Lethality has been kind of the go-to, but you do always have pivot potential. Very safe, very self-sufficient, and yeah, when carry is on Bard, that's kind of the golden standard. And then, as you highlight, Guma's mastery of the champion goes back to a very long time, including, as I say that, does not hit that arrow.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a bit of an issue here. You can see that Keria, he saw the ability come out of the brush, and he's like, yeah, we can fight, we win this. Like, just going for it. Guma and Keria on the same page, but the arrow missing. Definitely not ideal for Guma. They should be able to still hit level 2 first, especially because of the range of the Sivir. He's pushing back a little bit, and he's got some wave clears, so maybe actually Dokdam can get it going.
Actually, nice contest here coming through from Dokdam and Wei. Although that trade a little rough. Heals have been used, as you highlighted, but Guma is down a barrier, as actually ended up missing some XP. So still sitting out of one, so really nice early laning phase here for Dokdam and Wei. Gonna be looking good on the first push. Do need to be a little careful with both junglers pathing from top to bot, but Jarvan has a very, very strong early gank setup. Sinzo's still good, but I think he's a bit more of a... Unless you can wind up your Q, you're looking more at the all-in potential that he does have. If it turns out to be a counter gank, then I think Cuss can still have a lot of impact, but Jarvan ganks are just a little silly. It does look like he's just going to go for a full clear dose, so they get the crash. Feeling good about this early laning phase.
Yeah, definitely doing very well is Wei and Dokdam. A couple of arrows missing from Guma means that they don't really have the pressure that they should. He at least was able to farm pretty well underneath the turret, but now the Sivir is able to start pushing these waves and being annoying in that facet. Wei is pretty low, though, and some of the sustain of the Bard, even though it's not gigantic, is getting some work done. Keria continuing to go on in there.
Yeah, you need to be very careful, right? With W available for Guma, if you ever take a bad binding.
Oh man, the flash forward, and that is going to be the response flash. That arrow's going to hit both of them, and now Duckdom and Wei are both extremely low, and Owner's going in on 3 people. We got a TP coming in here as trying to get over the wall with the Magical Journey. They will be able to, and they bait out the TP of BDD at the same time.
Not too high of an opportunity cost for BDD, I'll say that, although I thought he was only going to miss the initial wave, but it's going to end up missing, what,
Such
like
a slow
3
TP.
Minions? 4? Let's get that one. Still 4 minions when it comes to XP as well, as you can see. Not the end of the world, but Faker still has TP. So Faker is going to be feeling good, going to be able to cash that advantage. And later, as I say, that does finish it now, but will be able to maintain prio on that wave. As yeah, we see Carrier as highlighted. When you have W available, the amount of damage that can be done there is crazy. Doctor, I'm very happy that he still has Sparia, otherwise might have died. And then Owner oversteps here because the moment those sums come in, you're good. You see here, thanks to the Magical Journey, he ends up making it out anyway. And we also see kind of the power of Zinzo if you just get to keep proccing that passive. But I think T1, not going to be too sad about that, as now we have the lane swap to come through, as Doran just going to chill in the 1v2 here.
Yeah. Sion himself not happy to not be farming the minions, whereas Mbessa can farm under turret and feel just okay. Shouldn't get pushed out too much. So
I think it's the swap's actually pretty interesting, because it is kind of testament to how Dr. and Wei have been playing. Because I think normally you'd rather have the Mbessa in a situation where she's not really pressured in lane and just against the Sion you both farm, and that's kind of what you sign up for. And Sion, I think, is harder to punish and actually deny than if they set up a 4-man dive of Ryze and Xin towards bot. Like, Doran will just die and not be able to get the wave, right? With passive, I think you always have a decent amount of stuff that you can do. The benefit of this is that it does free up Carrier. So we'll see if he's able to utilize the fact that he can just leave Guma alone completely.
Doran's kind of just going in and taking trades against Duckdom. And it's good timing because Wei was out of the lane, but also Doran is going to get a bit low.
In the current era of Doran, I'm like, he's setting up for something. There's been times in Doran where you're like, oh, Doran, I don't know about that. And guess what? Kind of setting up for it. I don't know why Owner's going in, though.
He did set that up, yes.
Fine, they're not going to suffer, but that was
just showing him who's boss. Level 6 here for Doran, but he's going to take a bunch of damage.
Can't they just... Yeah, I was about to say.
They could just redive. Meanwhile, that top lane looks totally fine. And Cuz is not left, and there is a ward that spotted him. TP immediately going to be utilized here from Keria, coming in from the top lane. And really all that does is just say, get away from my top laner, and keeps Doran safe.
I'll see if T1 is going to try and use that tempo here. Ooh. The heal there from Wei. Ensuring that
the flash comes in from Doran, and he lines it up perfectly. Wei is just free food, and it's first blood going over as Cuz going to utilize the disengage cone and survive there. Doesn't have to use his flash to get away from Faker. All the lanes are going in the direction of T1 Chronicler.
I thought it was going, like, okay. I don't think it was going great, but I thought it was going fine.
Yeah.
Now things are kind of on fire. So it's the TP from Carrier. Wei, unfortunately, overstepping, and even though he doesn't end up dying here, like, why are we contesting this? Our mid lane doesn't have
does, eventually.
Well, but why are we contesting? Mid lane doesn't have prio. Orianna is ahead of the roam on Ryze, and my jungler isn't there. So Faker is basically 1v2ing, Cuz in BDD, Cuz also doesn't have his ult. So, big overstep from KT, and the moment you make mistakes like that, T1 will pounce. As we highlight, really nice follow-up from Doran. Able to get himself off to a great start. Even with the assist, I think it's still nice that he's able to get that kill. It didn't lead to a dragon, though, so I think that would have made the play feel really rough for KT. Still a win for T1, but not giving up an objective means that it's not the end of the world just yet.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how this fight breaks out because we got TP available from Doran. Perfect has walked, and it's just grubs. T1 don't have to go all in on this, but if they see an angle, They might want to take it. KT showing a lot of prio on this objective.
Perfect, I guess, TP spot. Once he's out,
I mean,
we're fighting.
If he's out, yeah, we got to fight him. We got the Chains of Corruption, and everybody's just kind of stuck here from KT. They're going to have to run eventually, as even the Realm Warp just to get out. And the TP comes out from Perfect to go bot. So finally an answer there.
But because of that contest from T1, Owner.
Hey, he wants to get a bit more. He's going to go in onto Cuz. Not scared to take the Xin Zhao, forces out the flash. And ooh, the damage coming out from Guma. Gonna force them way back as T1, if they can fight, they will. And they're making that known as they are sticking around here up on the top side. Faker around, and he's got a shockwave and his flash. Duckdom and Wei, maybe in a bit of trouble, but at least BDD is making his way over.
BDD is there. Also, we have Cuz running as fast as he can.
Guma just running straight into Duckdom. Keria comes in, misses the binding. And I think the two of them just trying a little bit too hard to make things happen before the time was right.
Yeah, okay, we got the TP coming in. Yeah, cool guys don't look at explosions. You know, you try to be nonchalant about it, but they did kind of get, you know, you get like hit.
Yeah.
Like, ooh. T1, that was a little bit too telegraphed. I don't think they end up giving too much, but I actually really like their bot or their Crux contest because it actually allowed them to get a full wave and I think one, possibly two plates in bot. So they actually build up the gold lead to like 700-800 gold. But then because of the play they did just now, gold lead went back to like 500-400. We'll see what it ends up being, if it ends up stabilizing or not. These are tiny things. Neither team is really giving up too much for it. But that play did feel a little overforced there from T1. And also, yeah, Keria trying to clip farm. And,
I mean,
no.
I mean, that's fair. Like, you're playing Bard, he's just doing Bard things.
He's Spellbook, right?
He does have Spellbook. He's got Ghost now. He's going to be gliding around very fast.
I know, I'm next to a
Bard enthusiast.
Oh, I was going to say first minute Keria fan, but that's okay.
A first minute.
Yeah.
A first second.
Okay. Oh wait. So my bad, Valdez.
No, I mean...
Apologies.
It was actually more like first minute, I think. Back when he was on DRX, and yeah, good times. And then T1 was just like, that guy's really good, we should get him. And then they did.
And you were like, I knew it all along. I was a knower.
Some world champs later.
Well, we did have the year where he was, you know, where they were still rotating.
Yeah.
2021. What a time.
What a time.
What a time.
Not the best year in terms of just years in general.
No. Well, I mean, I know I joined the LCK back then, but that's a little mean, Val. That's like, come on now.
Yeah, I just... the tempo vibes were totally off after that.
Yeah.
Trying to make a play here onto BDD. They know he's got flash.
Here.
So just waiting for the opportunity. That's the engage coming in from Wei. But no damage follow-up as now we got from downtown, Keria trying to help. It's not really going to help. Zones them a little bit, I guess.
Nice ult from Wei, but he doesn't actually get anything out of it. So he uses his sums, and it doesn't get anything, but Owner's Flash, which I think is less valuable because of the mobility that Jarvan has anyway with Flag and Drag and ult. So, attempt from KT there, I don't think quite working out, but BDD didn't die. In the early game, so far, I think KT is actually matching the blows pretty well. When it comes to scaling, because we haven't really had the discussion, because this early game has been pretty action-packed, the first Dragon, the fall of 12 minutes, which is kind of insane. KT have a strong team fighting comp. Like, I think when it comes to pure 5v5, if they can avoid having too many people get hit by that Owner and Faker setup, and if they can enable Duckdom, I think this comp is actually really dangerous, right? They have three big threats in Xin Zhao, Ryze, and Sivir. And then obviously Nico adds a good amount of damage as well as Faker.
Gank Faker, a strat as old as time. They're really trying to do enough here as the flash comes out. The Realm Warp is in, but the binding keeps him alive. And Keria keeping his brother alive here is great. The chains are going to be dodged actually, but still a ton of damage coming forward, and Faker's rejoining as KT did go pretty deep for this one, but they got the follow-up here from Duckdom. Is it enough though? I wonder. T1 continuing to go forward. They'll pick up the Nico as well. And Duckdom says, well, I'm not going to take the 1v3, so sorry guys, goodbye.
Yet another victim of the Faker taunt there as he lived. Even if he dies, I think that play ends up, because of the collapse from T1, maybe even possibly advantageous for T1. Instead, it's a blowout, right? As we take a look here, Faker just walks up, knows he's not going to die on the initial combo, and then even with the Realm Warp, BDD not quite able to get him thanks to the stun from Keria, blocking that final bit of damage which would have killed Faker. And if you look at how relatively close that's, I think if Faker dies, doesn't give more shielding value, Doctor might actually be able to clean up here, right? There's still a decent amount of threat that comes through. He still has barrier here as well. These health bars are pretty low. They can't go for it. And T1, these type of mid-game skirmishes are kind of their bread and butter. And now what was pretty manageable, like 500-600 gold, it's 2k Valdez.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gigantic, but it is the first fight that really blows the game open, for sure. And it gives T1 the solid lead, as now they're going to lock down Wei, who seems to be in a little bit of trouble. There's the ult, and down he goes, as once again he will get caught out, and Faker picks up yet another kill. So, I mean, that's what you want out of your Bard, and I suppose your Orianna that the Bard is going to.
We are increasingly losing control of this game, Valdez. As it felt like it was still pretty poking and prodding from T1. This is exactly the type of mid-game accelerations we talk about with this team. Something that they have perfected over the last, what, like 4 years. Yeah. It's just finding these skirmishes again and again, and there's always a T1 member that shows up a couple of seconds before you expect them. For KT, I think we're, as you highlighted, it's a decent lead for T1. It's not, oh, Dr. It's the second one. It's not done just yet. But we are getting to the point where one more of those and you're actually out of the game. Like, you don't get to play anymore. Yeah. So they need to be very deliberate about their next setup. If they can get the shutdown here on Faker, that would be big. Carrier's in the area, but no ult.
No ult, no flash here for Faker. The flash comes in from Wei, and the burst damage should be enough, cause, ooh, he's barely gonna live. As TP coming in, Doran looking for the angle, and he is Zambessa, so I don't think you're getting away from that. He's just trying to line it up here. As, no, he's just going to flash on in instead. And now he's going to ult in, catches BDD right in front of the Scion, does not care at all. And now the rest of the team is looking to collapse. Here comes Owner. And the magical journey into everybody, they just do not care. As the Sealed Fate does come in. And, yeah, everybody's just caught and everybody is trapped. This game, Chronicler, might just be over right here. Might be looking at highlight 2 in this one. Is Guma going to pick up the triple kill and picks up his 4th of the contest.
Just one play. Is that too much for KT? Come on, just one, man. Just one. Let him have one fit. No, can't have a thing. They kill
no things.
This speaks to the desperation of the state of the game. They're diving without a wave just because they identified a timing window, and they get one. Feels okay, but Doran's so snappy on the response, is already there, and then Keria, of course, being Bard, was already in the top quadrant. If only Cuz dies, this really is, I think, manageable, but it's the amount of damage that comes through. Even though Guma with Sealed, it doesn't matter. Doran already picking up 2, and then right here, like, oh, come on. One time, how did they get away with taking that? It's because the cancel comes through. They're not at perfect, isn't actually able to stay alive for much longer. And then Dokdam is, again, a Sivir. So he just kind of stands there and has to take it as he gets engaged on. And now it's a almost 4.5k gold lead. We're encroaching on 5. And that spike right there, I always talk about when it comes to T1. It's just the mid-game acceleration, and now they're going to get Dragon, they're going to get Herald, the outer ring of turrets is going to be gone. And
yeah, that's kind of the state of the game as Doran's going in on a 3. He doesn't care. He knows he's pretty much unkillable, especially with the Bard nearby. The redemption comes through. It's just not fair. As the Realm Warp at least is going to get BDD out, but it's not going to help Wei. And now Duckdom's like, well, I did pick Sivir into T1, and they're just accelerating on me. I'm never going to have a chance to scale. And his time might not be done here either, as there it is. He's not even going to bother to flash until just now. Owner
Yeah, they messed up the combo.
Yeah.
I think Owner tried to flash with the Faker ult coming through to get back Dokdam.
That would have been cool.
They don't get Sivir.
They were trying to style on him.
And yeah, they have been this entire game. Perfect will get a bounty, which is nice.
Nice.
Nice. That's something. I'm not even in this game and I'm tilted because of how the margins on so many of these plays are so thin, but yet T1 keeps winning, right? This is another one. They're taking a 2v3, knowing that the sustain of Nambessa, the game state that Doran is currently in, plus the fact that Carrias there means that they can just get away with that. Just not enough damage on the enemy team. And then Dokdam, bless him, trying to help. He was like, guys, I'm in the air. Oh, no, the play's done. And the fact that even though he doesn't die, he still gives up his flash.
Dokdam, I don't know if you win this trade.
Not Redemption Bard!
Yeah, Redemption Bard getting in there, taking trades. And yeah.
But that to
needs
me
a
is,
lot of time.
It's such...
Oh, third.
Yeah, I don't... It's such a... That's kind of how it feels to play against T1, like the Redemption Bard just walking up to you and hitting you. You're like, what? How is that? Oh.
Why is he allowed to do that?
It's because every lane is... Look at the vision control on the top side of the map.
Yeah.
Like, no one on KT can really get anything done. And let's stay positive. They did take away a lot of the champs that T1 is... There's no Nico. You know, there's no Rise.
Yes,
there's no Zinza.
That is a great angle.
I'm coping.
I love that angle.
This game is done.
They took 5 T1 champions.
Okay, I don't know about 5.
I know. I was just trying to go all in on cope. So.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
yeah, 5
hit me.
T1 champions.
Yes. T1 also took 5 T1 champions.
So now they're fearless banned against T1.
10 champions less.
In game 2, yeah. This has been kind of the legend group, hasn't it? It's been the top 3 teams beaten up on the bottom 2.
It has been.
And KT
the TP.
Ocean, and that's it. Yeah, we do have TP. They're not
contesting.
They're not doing it. Yeah. Doran's
okay, well,
like,
I guess he just gets to do.
I'm gonna fight. There's nobody fighting here.
No fighting.
Yeah, the pings are they're already there. Way not fooling anyone. But yeah, it's been a bit of that. And I think our spacers did a good job of showing the real groups. You know, we have our construct groups. As in goes Doran on to 3 once again. This time he's got a lot of backup as the chain's going to come down. And there it is. Carrier going to keep them alive. He's got the redemption as well. Guma's totally fine. And now Doran able to access that back line. As will he go down? No, the shield comes out. And he's desperately just trying to dash away. He lives against all of that damage and all of KT. And it just doesn't matter. There really isn't much of KT left.
He flashed in! He barely lived! He got the defensive part and he's like, guess what?
I think the game is over.
It's done.
It's 21 minutes in the game.
No, I'm aware. I'm aware, Veldez.
Look at the angle Carrier's taking. He's like, okay, I'm going to speedrun this. Going around the side. No, the game is just, I think it's just over. Or do they back here? I wonder. No, okay. They're going to go in and kill Wei. Yeah, he's dead. Doran is...
They got him!
And, yeah, they're going to go out now. It was cutting it a little bit close at 21 minutes, guys. Relmorp into them. Straight into the enemy team. Does it matter? Guma is going to go down. And Cuz gets a lot of money for it, but that's about it. It's still a 1-for-1 trade.
You have to try. Get those bounties!
Yeah, here comes Perfect. Not going to hit the slow. And, oh, the buffer. Owner just going to get away, and yeah, they trade 1-for-1 after their Nexus turret fell. Oh boy.
I'm going to repeat my earlier statement. I'm not in this game and I'm still tilted.
Yeah. It is one of those games. It's not a very close...
I want you to highlight maybe what Doran needed all those years was just a team that whenever he does this is like, yeah, let's go!
Hell yeah!
As here, right, attempted punish. They're very far up, right? So they get away with these type of plays, but that flash, man, you can't make that up. He just goes in. Does eventually die when he dives 2 Nexus turrets. The game is still over, guys. Like, it doesn't really...
Well, he's going to land that stun, and Cuz at least is going to get his ult off, I guess. And BDD kept around by Carrier. Says, no, you're not going anywhere. The Wei ultimate is going to hit 1. And it looks like they should get Faker. But it looks like it will be only Faker. As T1 just cleaning up house here. Not really too much to say about it. Owner even going to flash away. That's perfect. Just trying to hold on to his KDA, which is currently 0.5. Trying not to make it worse. Okay, well, it's going to be worse. That's the end of game number 1, guys. Hope you enjoyed T1 absolutely just crushing their opponents in not a very close one. 23 minutes and a half, and T1 take game 1.
I'm telling you, fellas, the more I see, Legend Group is a monkey's paw. Faker hit.
Hey!
700 wins.